Alright, y'all, so I'm recording this video at a kind of a low point in my life right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm good though, but I just figured I'd make this video because, like, a lot of people have trauma or have gone through trauma and is trying to figure out how to live with it. And there's people out there, like myself, who haven't really experienced trauma like how other people have. And just recently, I have gone through something semi-traumatic, and it's making me realize, like, this whole entire time, I'm not saying I had a cakewalk of a life, but I've never had like a problem that genuinely affected me on a personal level. Yeah, we all like build our personalities and we all have different ways of coping. Some people go through crazy stuff that I still to this day wouldn't be able to come back from, or I wouldn't be able to imagine going through, right? And you think until it happens to you that, there's just no way to come back from it. But I'm making this video now because there has to be a way for us to move forward and not pass our trauma to other people. Because how can you live, like, I'm really trying to understand how people live with what the trauma is. I'm gonna speak on it specifically. I'm jumping around the bush a little bit, but that's because I don't want to keep talking on the topic. It's been a few days since it happened, but I'm gonna just air everything out. I'm gonna be honest, like, I've been going through it lately. I'm recording this video on August 6th, 2025. It's probably not gonna be posted until like a couple days later because I already have other videos lined up. But there's been passing in the family. I broke up in a really good relationship. Just a lot of stuff has been going on, and I never really thought that I'd be a person to like be affected by stuff like this. Right? There's been passing in the family before. Yeah, it was like sad, but it wasn't like dang. Right? Yeah, I've been broken up with before, but I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? So when you really do invest feelings into stuff like that, like, it's kind of crazy how you have to learn how to now live with it. Like, I know I have to live with the fact that I'm not going to be able to see certain people anymore because they are just not breathing. I have to live with the fact that the person I really did fall in love with, I'll never be able to see again. And just stuff like that is kind of like crazy to think about because it's like you have to move forward from that. You can't stay in that bubble of like, oh, there's no way, there's no hope, whatever. But it's like, for me personally, like I said, I haven't been through nothing super crazy until now. How am I now supposed to live with that? I was living before because I didn't have this problem carried around with me 24/7. Now, for the rest of my life of being on planet Earth, I'm going to have to live with these things that are happening. And I get it. There's more stuff that's going to happen in the future. Other family members are going to pass, right? You might get heartbroken a second time, or whatever the case might happen. You might get a broken limb, or anything could happen, right? But it's just so much stuff that it's like, how do you move forward? Like, there's people who are born walking perfectly fine, whatever, lose their arm in a motorcycle accident, whatever. How do you move forward from that? How do you go your whole life with two arms? You lost something that you've had for decades, maybe even multiple decades, and you're just supposed to move forward. Like, things like that is like crazy to me because I couldn't imagine being in that position of like, oh man, this guy, or maybe in a car accident, you're paralyzed, you'll never walk again. Like, stuff like that. Like, how do you move forward in life with that, knowing that you'll never be the same, knowing that you've lost something you can never get back? How do you cope with that? Like, how do you go through something? I've heard crazy stories of people who've gone through way worse. I'm not going to mention on camera. But still, like, heartbreak, family loss, like all the above, anything you're going through, how do you become a better person and then not spread that to somebody else? Because I could be the guy who's like, all right, man, I lost uh, a relationship I really liked. Let me go sleep around with women. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. Let me go get in another relationship. And then I just hurt other people. And then they just go hurt other people. And then it just trickles down. It's like, I don't want to be the one to pass that around. Because the relationship I was in was very, 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 very healthy. Nothing went wrong because of what they did or what I did. It just wasn't the right time. That's the only issue, was timing. So I don't want to now then take something that life has thrown at me and give that problem to somebody else. You can literally take your problem and try to figure out how to deal with it and cope with it, which is why I'm making this video, because I don't know how to. But you can either do that, or you can double it and give it to the next person. I could literally go do that right now. I could go find a girl right now, talk to her, get in her head, not care about nothing for real, get a rebound, and just... I just don't see the point in doing that. And people do that to other people because maybe that's their way of coping. Because, like I said, how are you supposed to cope? So it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I understand now why people do it. Because what is the alternative? How are you supposed to look yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and be like, I know how I can handle this. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if you're a dude, you don't really got people to talk to like that. It's just hard. It's really hard. So, I don't know what people do, what the method is. I'm not personally a therapy guy. But it's just like confusing to me. Like, what's the next step? There is no like book or a guide course on how to handle trauma and what you're supposed to do. What's the next step after? How do you heal? Like, especially with different forms of trauma, right? So it's just like there's really nothing I can do. It feels like I'm gonna just forever be changed. I feel like I lost something that I can never get back, and now I can actively feel a missing puzzle piece in my body, in my chest. In my heart, I'm living and walking around knowing something's not there that should be. And I haven't had that feeling ever. So it's kind of hard. I'm kind of asking for advice, but really just trying to vent to y'all that if you're in a position where you haven't been hurt or scarred, you're in a position of, I don't even know, like, you're in one of the best positions you could be in. Because I'm telling you, up until now, I was completely fine. I didn't even know what I was missing out on. Like, I just feel like I'm broken now. I feel like I'm broken and I'll never be fixed. Of course, you can heal yourself and there's always ways to come back. But I truly, truly feel like I lost something that I just will never be able to get back. Like that little form of innocence, like that small bubble of this is who I am, has just been popped. And there's no ever rebuilding it. Like, the pieces are scattered. Like, that's the best analogy I can give you. Like, I truly feel like I lost something. But it's fine. I'm going to have to find a way to cope with it because there's no other alternative. I don't want to pass my trauma to other people. I don't want to become a person who just drowns in their trauma as well. So whatever it may be, however you outsource it to something else, whatever I'm going to have to do, I'm going to figure something out. But yeah, trauma is a real thing. People are dealing with it every single day. If you are dealing with it, what do you personally do to deal with it? And how can you not spread it to others? And what really is, I guess, is more the feeling of like, not even dealing with the trauma, but like I said earlier, just knowing that you'll never be the same again. Like, I'm going to use the arm analogy again. Like, if you're a motorcyclist, whatever, boom, you lost your arm at the age of 30 in a crazy motorcycle accident. Okay, you can cope, you can live with, okay, my body's not the same anymore. I lost an arm. Life's going to be different now. Okay, cool. You're to that point in your life. But there's always, it's not even the fact that you're okay with it, but it's the fact that you physically cannot get that arm back. Like, there's just nothing, even if you weren't okay with it, you'd still be cooked. So it's like you're forced to become okay with it, because now what else are you supposed to do? Same thing with, like you're paralyzed in a car accident, whatever. Never walk again. Okay, you have to live with the fact that you'll never walk again. That's fine. But you have to do that because you're forced to. There is no other alternative. You have to live with the fact that you'll never walk again because you can't walk. You just never be able to walk again. So in my case, it's more really of the heartbreak. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to live with the fact of knowing. Because keep in mind, these are all scenarios that you can't get back. I can't get mine back either, for real. Like, the girl I was planning on being with forever, that's not an option no more. So it's like, it's crazy. I was talking to a coworker like a year ago before I left my job about being heartbroken and with this and that. And he was explaining it to me just like this, but I didn't understand it because I was not in his position. I was never put in a place to where I could feel what he was talking about. So now it's crazy that I'm seeing it from this angle of like, he was not lying. Like, it's not even like a passing or nothing because that person is still there. You just will never be with them no more. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is. I I don't know. This is kind of like a rambling rant a little bit, but hopefully y'all pick up what I'm trying to put down. Like, living with trauma is tough. It's very tough. But um, we gonna get through it, push through. You know what I'm saying? Life doesn't stop. So it'll only get harder. There's gonna be more trauma down the road, but that is what it is. There's always gonna be good moments as well. So you can't soak in the bad ones. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know anything you're dealing with in the comments. I try to my best to get back to every comment and get y'all some words of affirmation, some praising down there if y'all need it. Cause yeah, I want this to be a safe place. Talk about stuff like this is not easy. I don't know why I'm feeling so like free lately, free spirited to just talk about stuff like this. I try to normally stay away from like the sensitive stuff, but it is what it is. You gotta express it somehow. We're gonna all die one day, and there's no point in me trying to gatekeep how I felt the whole time. Cause at the end of the day, no one's gonna care once I'm long and gone. But yeah, stay safe, stay blessed, keep God in your life, and I'll catch y'all next upload.